Hey guys, it's Heather here from Cash Flowing Life, and today I wanted to go over our projected budget for March 2018. So I just finished having a budget meeting with my husband to go over our expenses and income for the month and just what we're going to be spending. So I'm just going to go over it with you guys real quick. As you guys know, we're debt free, so we don't have any of those accounts. We're basically on baby steps 4, 5, and 6 to pay our house down, so you'll see that reflected here in the budget. So as normal, I share what our income is, but I don't share exactly where it comes from. My husband was not comfortable with that, but he is comfortable with sharing total what we make. So our projected total is $6,820. So right now it's February, and where I'm at, we have snow. So it was a unscheduled, unplanned half week of work for my husband. Me, I am self-employed, and I'm able to shift my clients around. I'm a massage therapist, so I pretty much have my income for the month. I just moved some people to a different day, so it doesn't really change my income as long as I have the space in my schedule to fit people in. So his paycheck is going to be, the first paycheck of March for him is going to be smaller because of what's going on this week. And then we are taking a trip at the beginning of March. We're going up to Seattle for actually the Dave Ramsey conference, Marriage and Money. It's on a Wednesday night, March 7th in the Tacoma area. And then after that, we're going up to the San Juan Islands for 3 nights, and we're just going to make a little trip vacation out of it. And so that trip is already paid for with a cash envelope from February. And in January, I had reserved our Airbnb. So the trip's paid for. Yay, we don't have to worry about it at all. So I've mentioned before, we do still save every month. We don't have any specific sinking funds that we save into. We just generally are still saving. So this will cover a potential couch and love seat replacement, possibly a new mattress at the end of this year. And then we're also just beefing up our emergency fund for when my husband has to replace his little commuter car that he is currently driving. So we've agreed to do $300 towards that emergency fund in March, and we do have a fully funded 3 to 6 month emergency fund. This is just the extra, it's the cherry on top. We have planned to put an extra $1,900 towards our mortgage for March. We pay our mortgage for March at the end of February. So right here we have the standard mortgage payment for April. So in reality, we actually end up paying our mortgage about a week before it's even due, if you consider your mortgage to be due on the 1st or 2nd or 3rd. I know some people don't consider their mortgage due until the 14th of the month, because that's when, at least with who carries our mortgage, that's when your mortgage is considered late. So we pay the March mortgage in February, so we'll be paying the April mortgage in March, and that's where that is right there, $1,234. Our fixed expenses. So I created this category because these expenses don't change. We cannot get rid of these, even if we wanted to. They require us to be here to live in our house. So Walker Garbage, we pay them bi-monthly, so we don't have to pay them in March. Water is usually around $75. PGE, I think our last bill was $160. It's been a little bit colder in February, so I'm kind of expecting the bill just to be a little bit more. And then Reliance Connects is our internet. So in January, we canceled our cable. And then February, we received a prorated bill that was hugely discounted. We only paid $34 or something. So they actually couldn't tell me how much I would be paying for just internet. So I'm guessing it's around $60 to $70. I don't know. So we'll just find out when we get the bill. Gas and transportation. So gas, my husband is an electrical apprentice, and he has to drive based on where the job is. So right now the job that he's on, he'll be there probably until May, but he's working, his job location is an hour from our house. So gas is going to go up, which is why he has a cheap little commuter car. We have a 98 Honda Civic for him. It gets great mileage. But then also with our drive up to Seattle and then our drive from there to the San Juan Islands, we're going to be spending a lot in gas this month. So in February, I had projected $340, I think, and we're already over. We're at about $380. So I just went ahead and said $400. And gas isn't something that we like, oh, if we go over, we're not buying anymore. Like, no, like we need gas to get to work. So that's just kind of an expense that we're planning for. And then if we end up having to use more than what we thought we were going to spend, then it's going to come from another category, usually the personal spending. Car maintenance, we're putting $40 into a cash envelope there, just for things like windshield wipers or oil or kind of like whatever general like little maintenance you need for a car. We're just going to have a cash envelope that will build up throughout the year. But if we have to do any big maintenance on a vehicle, that will come from our emergency fund. And we'll just pull from that because that's why that's there. So our monthly bills, my husband has union dues of $49.50 a month, Netflix and Hulu $16.98. Our car insurance is $312. So we have 4 vehicles on there. One of the vehicles needs to be sold, but my husband is kind of sentimental on it, and so that is just something that I'm slowly working on. And we also have a motorcycle insured on that. So someone had asked me why our car insurance is so much, and it's because we have a lot of things that are insured. CrossFit is $135. That's just for my membership. Our AT&T phone bill $199. So that also covers a can never remember, that has an installment plan for an iPhone on it, which is mine. And when they sucked me into the installment plan, they did it so well that I didn't even realize that I was basically going into debt for an iPhone. So my installment plan right now is still at like $640 a month, and I know it's debt, and I know we have the money to pay for it every month, but it almost just makes me really mad that I don't want to give them my money, but they're going to get it either way. So one of these months I will hunker up and just pay off my installment plan, but it's not going to be in March. So Dakota and Cassie are our animals, so we take cash out for them. They have a cash envelope right now, but I'm going to have to buy food for both of them in March. So that's going to be $50. Groceries, we're going to keep it at $500 because I feel like we did really good in February with $500, so we're going to stick from there. That $500, like, we would usually spend like $600 or $700 on groceries. So I feel like we did a really good job, and I think that we can do $500 again in March. My husband does a little bit towards investing. It's only $75. I think I've talked about this in one of the videos. So he's a first-year electrical apprentice, so he took a really big pay cut from his old job to get into this program. And our investments are pretty substantial for our age. So we feel like it's okay to not be investing the 15% right now based on where we're at with those accounts. So I know there's going to be some strict Dave Ramsey people watching this, and I'm just going to say, hold your horses. I mean, this is our life, and if you're not happy with it, sorry, don't watch the videos. And then New York Life 38 is for our life insurance. So, the fun stuff. So, fun money, we have $50 in there. We still have $40 left over in fun money from February. And we were allotted 60. So apparently we don't have any fun. that's not true. We have a lot of fun, but it is usually really cheap. We have a state park right next to our house that's like 5 miles away, and we have a biannual state park pass. So we go there all the time with our dog. We go hiking, and I mean, I do CrossFit, so that's kind of like entertainment too. And most of our fun stuff that we do is cheap, and we like staying at home, and that's kind of how we are. We're kind of boring. But we're gonna have fun in March on our little trip, so that will definitely make up for it. So personal money for my husband, $240. That also is gonna cover like some of his snacks, and I consider beer to be a personal expense. I don't include beer or any alcoholic beverages in our grocery money because there's no nutritional value to beer, so that is totally personal money. And it's kind of same goes for me if I feel like getting a cider or something. So, and I've mentioned this before, I give myself $200 in personal money. I give myself less because I do CrossFit. So I feel like it's just a personal preference. So yeah, I give myself $200. And then home projects, my husband has been wanting to build a stone fire pit, and he thinks it's going to cost about $250. And then hopefully March we'll have better weather for us, so I can stock up and just go get a few plants for the yard, because we have a huge overhaul in our yard to do this year with planting stuff. So we're going to do $380 there. For our trip to Seattle and the San Juan Islands, we already have a cash envelope of $290 in there. But the ferry can be kind of expensive. I think it's like $50 for the ferry. And then if we want to do some island hopping, that's going to cost us too. So we're just allocating an extra $100. So we have around $400 for our trip, just to pay for the ferry, pay to eat out. If the weather's nice, maybe we want to rent a kayak or something. So we're just keeping that just open. And then eating out, we're doing $50. So that excludes our little trip. So if we want to go out to dinner one night or grab coffee together while we're out, that $50 is there. And then, so I am self-employed. So when I do my taxes, that comes out of my business account, which is completely separate from this budget. I have a separate every dollar account for my business expenses. But for my husband, he will be getting his taxes done in March, and he thinks that that's going to be about $125. So that's it. I know, super simple. So the reason why there's a $100 buffer up here is just in case there are any changes to the budget during March. I don't like allocating everything. And then also same goes for the cash envelopes. We don't pull all of this money out at the same time. Like eating out or personal money, maybe I'll do like $50 or $60 at a time. But I don't like pulling all of this miscellaneous. This is basically miscellaneous spending out, because one, I'm self-employed and my income can fluctuate. And you honestly just never know what's going to happen in March when you have an irregular income. So, anywho, here's our budget for you for March. So, if you have any questions about anything that you saw in here, or any comments or like suggestions on anything that you think I should know about, just leave them down there below. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you'd like to see more videos like this and all the other content that I'm posting, just hit the subscribe button. I'd really enjoy that. Yeah, I guess I will see you in a few days once February is over, and I'll go over the February budget breakdown with you. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.